But within these 3 months, nothing special happened, though. You just felt good.
Still a short samadhi. Just like autism. You should be practice better.
I mean, the technique that I describe about investigation of the body in this special way, where you put the parts of your body in front of you.
Every time I did that, it just only all skeleton or bones.
Uh-huh.
And then I do it.
I mean, it is.
And then I put it up into all the whole skeleton again.
Yeah.
And then there came all the pressure and things and that me.
That's okay.
I did that.
That's okay. But also if you see only the skeleton, just put the skeleton out there.
Oh yeah, I took it out. Nothing left.
And what is happening? What is happening if there's nothing left?
It's just my citta.
Yeah, but is there something happen?
At that time I still not samadhi yet. I just did that and then I took it up again and then I repeated it.
And just on your own. It's interesting where it's coming from. From our memories of the past.
But it's good when you get angry, You have a lot of angry and you don't know everything. You just went to the walk and then you took up your head, took up your arms and then put it up. And then nothing left. I put it up again.
And where's the anger then?
Really.
When is the anger disappearing?
Pardon?
When is the anger disappearing then?
I just finished my anger, that's all.
So you rip yourself apart, That's certainly wholesome. Other people rip other people apart.
But to study very, very closely, I just came up to the hair. To the hair and to the hair of the head, the hair of the skin. It's all just like the same way it comes from
But this special technique has only this one purpose. To show to show the difference between the citta and the body.
Yeah, right.
And to get to this insight. Once one has this insight, then it's fine. But the other one, the normal super practice, like you said, your kitchen work, where you chop up all the bits and pieces of your body to understand the nature of the body, that is, for another aspect, is to get in touch with the unpleasant feelings. I mean, if you chop your body up and no unpleasant feelings are coming up, I mean, this method is pretty useless. I mean, we have the word asupa and supa. Asupa means loathsomeness or loathsome things, and supa means beautiful things. With loathsome things, normally, unpleasant feelings are coming, and with beautiful things, pleasant feelings are coming. And that's the whole idea of the thing. That's the whole idea of the practice. First of all, one part of it is to understand the nature of the body, that the body is loathsome, that it's nothing, that we really care for. We don't like to carry around a corpse of a dead animal with us. Do you? I mean, I always look at it and think, oh, how beautiful am I? How beautiful am I? Or constantly looking at the corpse of a dead animal, or a corpse of maybe even if it's our loved one, who died away, we carry the corpse around with us. And it stinks, it smells, it changes its color, and then it opens up, and all this pus is coming out, all the maggots are coming out, and then just nicely eating it up, the flesh and until the bones are there. And I mean, that is the whole idea, to get detached from this body. To see that it is not the thing that we like to be with. It's not the thing that we are attached to. But with the moment we close the body, we see it as it is, we're still attached to it. I mean, you still like it, one way or the other. I mean, at least you stuff it.
But the other aspect to think about anicca laksana.
Yeah.
Like I just saw myself when I was born, growing up, and then getting old, and then die, and then.
Did that also come up by itself?
No, I just practicing it. And then I didn't make, I don't know whether I made it up or not, but I just looking at it, just like watching it change over. And then born again. Such things happens to every being.
Yes, of course. I mean, that is one question when we do a super, as a general practice, to get disillusioned with our body. I mean, what the hell do we need this body for? Why do we constantly carry for the next maybe for the next 20 to 50 years? Why do we carry this corpse around with us? What joy does it give us? I mean, ask yourself, what joy does it give us? And what kind of hassle does it give us? I mean, does it really give us pleasant feelings? We have to feed it. We have to wash it. We have to look after it. We have to exercise it. And in the end, it will rot away and stink and smell constantly. Yeah, I mean, we never reflect about this. That's why it's not so clear for us. Because we are born in this body, and we will die in this body. So, we just get the idea. Well, that's the way it is, isn't it? I mean, we never think about it. I mean, the valuable thoughts that we should have, we never think about in our life. And all the rest, what we think about is just an unwholesome crap. Huh? I mean, sometimes I say it's just mental masturbation. We think, to have some pleasant feelings. We think about some nice things, to get excited. We don't like to think about not so nice things. But we have the tendency to do this as well. So, what is the difference between bodily masturbation and mental masturbation? We do bodily masturbation, to get some pleasant bodily feelings. At least we think they are pleasant. And the same thing with mental masturbation, we get some nice mental feelings, isn't it? If we would call ourselves compulsive masturbators, it wouldn't be far off. And what happens if there is no thought and if there is no body? Isn't that superior to that what we constantly do? Isn't it, when we go into Upachara Samadhi, when there are no thoughts, don't we feel a little bit more comfortable or nicer, or don't we feel happier? And when we go and enter Apana Samadhi and the body, I mean, that is a relief. I mean, it's a relief like, you put the stone that weighs about 100 pounds, off your neck. I mean, there's nothing there. Nothing that you can describe with some known feelings of our world. It's just knowingness that is left. There's no body, there is no senses, there's just freedom. That's all what is left. And then we come back, and then we look at this body, but we never reflect upon it. We just think, yeah, that's the way it is, okay. Now let's go back it. But we never investigate why do we still like this body? Why do we still, feel attached to this body? I mean, our attachment, is not necessarily obvious at the moment we come out of samadhi, but it is certainly obvious the moment we feel hungry and want some food, or the moment we feel sick. I mean, then the attachment to the body shows up very well. We are worried. Because instantly, when we are getting really sick, we are worried that we are going to die. So we haven't really understood the thing. Yes, that shows us we haven't really understood, that the body and the citta are two different things. Otherwise, if you really would have understood that point, I mean, we wouldn't be worried about the body. I mean, everything has to die. We understand it. The body is born and it just dies. But the citta never dies. So that means we really still haven't understood it. The same thing, we take some care of it. We try to make it a little bit more handsome or a little bit more beautiful. Or to try to act with our body language so that other people will notice us. I mean, that all shows us. I mean, we're still attached to this corpse, this bloody mess. But that is just one thing. The investigation of putting all the things outside, all the body parts in front of us, be it in a mess or be it orderly, be it detailed or be it coarse, is just bringing up this kind of insight that the citta that sits there on the meditation cushion and the body parts that are out there are not one and the same thing. Or it gives us an idea that what is actually the body. I mean, we can do the reflection of, which part of that I put out is the body. I mean, is the toe the body? Is the brain the body? Is the heart the body? What is it? Is the finger the body? Or is the arm the body? Or is the torso the body? Or is it the stomach? For most of the people, it is the stomach. Huh? The tongue and the stomach. Huh? Or the ears, or the nose, or the eyes. Huh? What is the body? I mean, it's just an assembly of parts. You never can tell what kind of part here. Some people missing some legs, but they still, have the rest of the body. They might feel sorry when they get an artificial legs. Huh? So that doesn't mean, that we or the body has disappeared. Some people missing arms. They still think, they are. Huh? They're still attached to this body, even without arms or without legs. And some people have no arms and legs, but they still have a tongue and nose and ears and eyes. Some people are blind. Some people are deaf. Some people cannot speak. What is it called? Mute. But they still think they're still attached to this body. So what part of the body is really, what makes it the body? What makes it, our attachment? I mean, that is the question that we have to find out. Every one of you has to find out, what is it? What is this, what is this term body meaning? What is this symbol body? What does it mean? And why am I so attached to it? Why am I thinking, of my youth and then, just the thought, thinking about my youth and that was so nice. I mean, it's a form of attachment to this body. We just want a younger body. I mean, We are fed up with an old body, of course, it's understandable. Isn't it? But we are not fed up with a young body. They can travel from one country to the other without any problems, or swim through the sea, or, walk and hike, and doesn't hurt, doesn't seemingly hurt. Huh?
What is attachment? I feel like it's just like electricity, just shoot from chitta to the body, and it makes the feeling. As soon as we pull it back into the chitta and then go to it, then we don't feel it.
Do you think that the chitta really, when it has not a body, cannot feel? No, of course it can feel.
At least, but not physical.
So,
right?
Okay. So we have the, feeling are separated in two kinds of feeling. There are physical feelings and mental feelings. Okay, so the physical feelings. Now investigate the physical feeling. Are there any exciting physical feelings? Are there any pleasant physical feelings? Think about it, reflect about it, investigate it for yourself.
Yeah, just like when we taking a bath, we get all clean.
Why do we, no. I really want you to investigate these things that you think that are pleasant bodily feelings and look at them very closely. What actually is happening there? Because we still have the feeling, when we're hungry and we eat, that is a pleasant feeling. But what is it? We still don't understand the truth of it. We feel, we're sweating, and then we take a warm or a cold shower, and then we feel refreshed. What is going on there? Is that really pleasant? Or is just the change of state pleasant? The change of an unpleasant state where we feel very, and then, it changes to another state. So that's why we have to investigate that state. What is that? You feel, you take the shower and 5 minutes later you feel just the same. You eat and then 5 minutes later you just feel the same as it was before eating. Or maybe in that case it's an hour later. It depends on how much you eat. If you're eating too much, then it takes 9 hours until you feel comfortable again. But look at the feelings, Don't assume anything. Now when you take a shower and look at the feeling that is actually happening. What is actually happening? Because it happens all the time. But because we say, we put a symbol on, this is this and this is that. And that's why it seems to be, this one seems to be pleasant and that one seems to be unpleasant. That's why we still don't understand the nature of bodily feelings. We make it through our symbols. Just think about somebody, who loves skiing but hates washing. The moment he looks at the bodily moving while skiing, all the bodily movements while washing, they are not very different. But one thing he hates and the other thing he likes. Doesn't it give us something to think about it? Maybe we really misperceive the whole thing. We really think that some things are pleasant bodily feelings. There are feelings, bodily feelings. Yes, that's it. You perceive it as pleasant the moment there is a change. Or unpleasant the moment there's a change.
Because Sanya tells us, this is present, this is outward.
Yes, I want you to get to this idea, to experience for yourself. But you just, I don't know where your mind is. It's all over the place. You just wash or you just eat or you just walk up, but I don't know where your mind is. Get interested in what is going on. You want to understand the nature of the body. And that is the way how to understand the nature of the body. You think there are pleasant bodily feelings, so then tackle yourself, and say, oh, where are they? Now let's see them really as they are. And then you find them. You will not find them. All what you find is one change from one change to the other. And the body constantly changes. I mean, the body, there's constantly changes. I mean, it's the nature of this body to change. It's changing from feeling refreshed to feeling tired. It's changing from feeling hungry to feeling filled up. It's changing from, from being hot to cold. Or from cold to being hot. I mean, get at the feelings. Get at what is actually happening. I mean, that is the whole idea of the Buddhist practice. To understand what is happening. And if you're done with the bodily feelings, then investigate the mental feelings. I mean, the mental feelings are much more difficult to catch, because they actually don't exist anywhere. They don't seem to exist. The moment we try to dig in, they disappear. And then we dig in there, and they disappear. And then we dig in there, and then they disappear. That's what makes them so difficult to catch. But our apprehension makes it really feeling like it's a solid mountain. And our determination, our interest in looking at it, what is that? What is that? Let me see what that is. And that moment it disappears. Oh, where's it gone? Just like the magic of the big magician, The moment we start to grab it, it's gone. I mean, there's nothing there. Then we catch the next thing, and we see there's nothing there. And we catch the next thing, it's just like soap operas, yeah? I mean, they look beautiful, The moment we catch one, it's gone. Then we catch the next one, it's gone. And what do you make out of it? I mean, why don't you use your brain or your mind or whatever, or your chitta, to investigate these things? I mean, you constantly assume, this is like this is like that. I mean, I've seen it, for 10 times, or I've seen it for 100 times. It's always the same. No, it's not always the same. That's where avijja fools you. That's where the kilesas fool you. If you think it's the same, then you really haven't understood it. Understand that? If you think you understand it, then you really haven't understood it. The moment you think you know, you really don't know. I mean, put a red alarm lamp in your chitta. The moment you think you know something, then just let it blink. Hey, there's something wrong. Maybe there's something wrong. Maybe I really haven't understood it. And then let's immediately go there and investigate. What is happening? I mean, just the question, what is happening? Each time, we wake up from our sleep of the kilesas, we ask ourselves, what is happening? Why I'm doing this? And what is this what I'm doing? Let's bring it back down to the 5 khandhas. I mean, let's see it, Okay, there's sanya. The moment we try to grab sanya is gone. The moment we try to grab thought is gone. The moment we try to grab this is gone. I mean, it's just the magic. And we are so fooled. We are so fooled. And we feel so proud to be fooled. Oh, come on, fool me again. Sometimes we sit there in meditation and it's boring. And then we think, come on, fool us again. Come on, fool us again. I want to have a nice magic trick in front of me. Because it's so boring. Instead of, realizing, hey, boring. What is boring? I mean, then we're thinking of, masturbating again. Isn't it? I mean, I don't know what this is. I mean, mindfulness is this. Mindfulness, sati, awareness. That is the key. I mean, being alert. I mean, alert. You know what alertness is? Within 1 minute, you have to get out of your bed, and jump. Huh? That's alertness. I mean, the chitta is not old. The chitta is always young.
But the chitta controls the body. See?
But the things are happening in the chitta. That's why it's never old. No, I don't mean physically jump. I mean our awareness jumps. I mean you want to misunderstand, huh? So let's put it. Let's be alert to the things that are happening. If we are alert, that there is a memory coming in, then we are alert that there is feeling coming in, then we are alert that there is a thought coming in. I mean, then we actually are at the spot. Then we actually are able, to see how the things are working together. How the 5 khandhas are working together and produce this magic. I mean, look at, that's why I always, because we are familiar with computers, look at the magic of 0 and 1s and what they produce. I mean, you see pictures, you hear music, you type books or you read books on the computer. But what is behind it? A combination of 0 and 1s. And the same thing is happening with a combination of the 5 khandhas, of the 5 groups. Consciousness, thought, memory, feeling, and body. Constantly mixing together and producing something else. But actually it's not always something else, It's mostly the same stuff. Just with a variation in it. I mean, this time you put a little bit less sanya in it and then it seems different. Next time we put a little bit less thought in it and it seems different. Or then we put a little bit more body in it and it seems different. It always seems different. So it's us, who don't understand. It's really us who are not alert, who are not up to the practice yet. Because alertness is the one is the thing that brings us to the practice. It brings us to what is actually happening down there. And for that, not only have you get rid of the world that you left behind. I mean, that was a big chunk. I mean, when we think about the world that we left behind, our apartment, our house, our working, our families, our relatives, and so on. Now we are in an environment, where we left that all behind. But we still have so many things that we learned from rot, yeah? We have so many things that we learned from the moment we were born. So we have to investigate these things. Just taking a shower. What is taking a shower? What is sweeping? What is, washing our cloth? What is eating? I mean, we think we've did it all our lives, so what's the use of investigating? If you don't investigate, that's where the kilesas lurk. If you don't unravel that mystery, I mean, call it, you make it interesting. Bring up this alertness, the mystery of eating. What is actually happening when I'm eating? How is sanya, sankhara, and body and vijnana, acting together? How do they produce that? What I see? How do they produce grapes? How do they produce this potato or hot or sour or sweet or this or that? But I do understand, it's nice to be dull. Just dull, I mean, the world just passes by, we are dull, we're looking, with half-closed eyes, and things just passing by. And nothing really excites us that much, and nothing really depresses us that much. I mean, that's called dullness. Vegetables, huh? But
Isn't it?
I don't know.
It's not sukha, it's not sukha.
Sukha, yes.
It's just sukha, masukha, vedana.
But we see this.
It's not upekha.
No, it's not upekha. That is the thing, Upekha is a very, very comfortable feeling. It's a very pleasant feeling. But this dullness is not really pleasant. It's just nothing else, Dullness is nothing else. Then we suppress all the things coming up. And suppressing, is not a pleasant state of mind. Accepting is a pleasant state of mind. That's the difference. Accepting the things. But still staying calm, not reacting. That's a pleasant state. But dullness, is suppressing, and we don't know it. Of course, that's why people are dull, because it feels much better. Why should I engage in that? It just brings so much, dukkha. Why should I engage in that? That just brings so much dukkha. Don't engage, So we live the life of a vegetable, A vegetable, doesn't have sukha and dukkha. But that is actually not life, life is to be lived. Lived. And what is lived is experienced every moment. Not thought about every moment, not memorized about every moment, not being depressed about every moment. That's not life. Life in itself just is. And we still don't understand this wonder of life. We still don't understand it. And we fool ourselves that we know. I've been a practitioner for 2 years, or for 3 years, or for 10 years, or for 20 years, or for 30 years. But life is still...
Still dumb.
So we're still stupid to the affairs of the kilesa. We still don't know how they work, how they act. That is the part of investigation. Of course, the first part is, to get alert every moment. If we clench our teeth, if we scratch, be alert of it. Why do we scratch? What is the effect of scratching? Is the pain getting less, or is the pain getting more when we scratch? So why we still do scratching? Because something is moving inside, and something needs to be expressed. That's why we do all these things, just like a monkey, constantly scratches here on his back, and then because he's so excited. And we are so excited, we just act out like monkeys. We are not composed. The Lord Buddha, said, his monks should be composed every moment. They shouldn't get angry at another person, they shouldn't do this. They should always be composed. Always be polite. And conducting in a very, very pleasant manner. But of course we can also get a certain certain way of composure through suppressing. But the composure that is natural is not done through suppressing feelings or suppressing acts, through understanding. That's a natural way of being composed. In each situation. Even if there's coming a person to you with his knife in his hand, and he's going to, kill you. You're still composed. You can still smile at him. You can still, tell him, I don't mind if you go ahead and kill me, but certainly it's not wholesome for you.
How would you do it?
Because you understand, you understand that this life is, it's just a passing thing. I mean, that what is going to be killed is only the body, it's not the chitta, because nobody can kill the chitta. But you associate, you're still attached to this body, that's why you're afraid. Huh? Isn't it? You still don't know, you're the real owner. If you would know the real owner, you wouldn't care about this body. If this body is sick, okay, now it's sick. Of course you care about this body, and you give it some medicine. If you think you can cure it, you give it some medicine. If you know you can't cure it, okay, let's just let it pass by and see the end of it. Oh.
We need our body just to practice.
Yes.
Let me be an arhat first and then...
Okay, yes. I mean...
if you want to.
But, if it's your karma, then you can try to run away, but if he's standing in front of you, then you see, you can't run away. So it's your time. I mean, you missed all the practice in the last 20 years, huh? You had so much time to practice, but you think you had so much time, there's such a long life. We never know when we're going to die. So practice today, and make it today and finish today. I mean, then you're safe any time. But if you think, today is too difficult, let's wait for tomorrow. I mean, that is not the way of practice, that's the way of the Kilesas. I mean, they postpone it by one day, and they soon, you never know, if you postpone it, I mean, I will die first, and when I die, I get a new body, and then everything is forgotten anyway, so, I mean, he doesn't bother me with doing all this kind of stupid practice for a while. I mean, so, who is the victory? Who has the victory? The Kilesas. Postpone it one day, they're victorious. Postpone it 2 days, they're even more, and then if you postpone it for a year, you lost. I mean, you just lost. I mean, you can try to determine, that in your next life, but if your determination doesn't work in this life, how can it work in the next life?
Exactly. But would you please give me some advice how to practice in the mouth of the tiger?
In the mouth of a tiger? I mean...
And attain arhatship.
I mean, fear is certainly, fear or anger is certainly something that we can use. What are we afraid of? The moment fear arises, the first question is what we are afraid of. And then the second question is, what is fear? Yes, of course it's Kilesas. But that doesn't help us. We have to see for ourselves. How does it work, fear? Where does it come from? Then we reflect about, what kind of thoughts we have to bring up this fear. Oh, there's a tiger. Okay. That thought, we didn't even see a tiger. We didn't smell the tiger. We just thought that the tiger is crouching there. And fear comes up. Or poisonous snake. It's also interesting. It's just around our head. Just like one in my kuti, they're extremely poisonous. Just a very little snake, and it was just it was hiding in just very close to my cushion where I was sleeping. And then the first time I thought, okay. And then when I went to sleep, I said, okay, if it's my time to die, then okay, that's happening. But we are afraid.
What did he? What did he do?
Nothing.
The snake,
Nothing.
He just walked around.
I don't know, because I was sleeping. I mean, it was just, it was half a meter, away from me.
Did you think that you might die in your sleep then?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter, I know the moment I saw it, the moment I knew it was poisonous, I knew there was fear, but I don't know what to do, It doesn't it didn't let me stop doing my practice or doing my duties. So we can use fear, or we can use anger. I mean, to get at the kilesas, to understand the nature of anger. I mean, is anger something that is very pleasant? Is it a pleasant feeling? I mean, first of all, anger consists of two feelings, of a mental feeling and a bodily feeling. In the beginning, we just have the mental anger, and then, it becomes, the more it comes, it rashes through our body. It's just like a rash. I mean, does it feel very comfortable? Does it? Okay. Now, if it doesn't feel very comfortable, then let's experience anger. It's the same thing. Let's experience fear. What is fear? And then we can ask, sooner or later, we can ask, actually, who's afraid? And afraid of what? If I die, the chitta will go on, so no matter what. So then somebody who's attached to this body is afraid of dying. Okay. And whoever is attached to this body are the kilesas. So they are afraid of dying. Death. Okay, then let's that die, that can die. And let's stay with that cannot die. Fear. And then fear subsides. Or anger subsides.
I used to look at my chitta, this thing. And
at what?
I kept looking at my chitta. Whether it's anger or it's happiness or it is excitement or whatever it is, it just came out from chitta and it makes it came out this chitta. It's just like smoke. It makes the chitta unclear in a way, whether it's good or bad.
Yes, and that's what I call, what I said, this is the state of dullness, huh? It's a state of smoke where we can't see, we can't see clearly. It's also avijja, it's delusion. It makes, we see in the smoke or we see in the darkness things that doesn't exist.
But how can I get away from this thing?
I mean, you have to understand it in order to get away. You can't get away. I mean, in practice, we don't want to get away.
No, get it away from this kind of smoke thing.
Yes. I mean, it's the same thing. You want to get away from the smoke thing. Some other people want to get away from their fear, and that's why they don't think about these things. Or that's why they don't go in places that makes them afraid, or in situations that makes them afraid, or makes them angry. Now, you have to understand what is the smoke. It doesn't matter what it comes. You have to understand, you have to experience it. In the feeling.
I just see that good or bad is just the same. It makes the chitta unclear. Whether it's good or bad, it just it comes out by smoke anyway.
Yes.
Whether it's a good color or bad
yes.
color,
Yes,
so
that's okay.
Just make how can I get rid of this smoky thing?
You still have to investigate good and bad. And that in other terms, you still have to investigate asubha. To really understand what is good. And to really understand what is bad. To really understand what is pleasant. To really understand what is unpleasant. To see who creates good and bad. You want to understand the process how good and bad are created. And that is the main aspect of our super practice. I mean, just to sum it up again. I summed it up quite often. We do a super. First to understand, the loathsomeness of the body, to get detached from this body, but then we want to understand what are unpleasant feelings. That's the main thing. We want to understand what are unpleasant feelings. That's why we do a super, because it brings up unpleasant feelings. So we want to stay with them, we want to experience them, we want to see its true nature of unpleasant feelings, until we can stand with every unpleasant feeling, as unpleasant it may be. Maybe we are going to die, but we want to stay with this unpleasant feeling of death. No matter if it's pain of death or if it's fear of death. We want to stay with it and stay with it until we see it's going. It's arising and it's ceasing. It's arising and it's ceasing. And it's certainly not me, because it's happening in front of my eyes, of my inner eyes. That's what is understanding asubha. That is what is understanding unpleasant feeling. And now, because it's not so easy to deal with pleasant feelings in the same way, that's why we first train with unpleasant feelings. Because with pleasant feelings, our mind goes immediately, oh, that was nice. I want to get it again, what did I do, to get it? Can I prolong it, And things like that. But we don't see it because it's so pleasant at that time. So we have to do then the same process with pleasant feelings. To understand pleasant feelings. And then we're going to destroy pleasant feelings through unpleasant feelings, unpleasant feelings through pleasant feelings. And with this we understand the mechanism, how they are created, pleasant feelings and unpleasant feelings. And then we look at it. Then we keep, the unpleasant feeling, and then we bring up the pleasant feeling, but we do not destroy the pleasant feeling, nor do we destroy the unpleasant feeling, and see it, side by side. In that moment we see it, we understand it, and we pass through. That's it. And you still fool. Oh, that's unpleasant, I don't do it. Now that's too much, I don't do it. Now that's too boring, I don't do it. See, that's how we fool. Constantly, aren't we? No, I shouldn't do that. No, that is not necessary. No, that doesn't bring anything.
So we have to enjoy doing it.
The moment you get the joy of doing it, you will come to the end. The moment you enjoy it, or you just have the propulsion to do it, you will come to the end. But as long as you still have to feed it, and as long as you still have to remind yourself, okay, asubha, bring up all our unpleasant feelings, and sooner or later you have to sit through pain. That seems to be the most unpleasant thing. Fear is a mental feeling, it grabs us, it squeezes the heart. It really squeezes. But then look at anger, how it squeezes the heart. And then look at lust, how it squeezes the heart. Huh? Strange, isn't it? It's all the same mechanism. So we are fooled. Fooled in believing this is good and this is bad, this is exciting and this is painful. We're just fooled. So. But to understand it, it's not. Not only takes, to tell yourself, okay, I'm fooled. It's just going into that. As I said, and as I stated, if we do not swim through the fires of hell, we will not overcome hell. We have to experience hell. No matter if it's only 1 day, or if it's only 1 hour, or if it's only half an hour, but we have to experience to the fullest, to the deepest extent. Once we understand what hell is, we can pass it. But as long as we try to avoid it, okay, that's too much. That's a little bit too much, I'm a little bit too tired, I'm a little bit too cold. I'm a little bit too hot. Then we can't.
Too dizzy.
Or too dizzy, or whatever. There are so many. You know your own excuses much better than I do. I mean, whatever is getting you out of the meditation seat, look at it. Whatever gets you from the meditation path, look at it. It's always, I can promise you, it's always unpleasant states of mind or unpleasant states of body that make us change or make us give up. So sooner or later, we have to fight that battle. Stick with it, investigate it, understand its true nature. You avoid it today, and tomorrow you avoid it. And how can you not avoid it if you avoid it all your life? I mean, you have to get up the determination. Okay, now I face it. Now, today I want to face it. Today I want to go through. And if it didn't work out today, then at least, the moment you... No, the next time, not tomorrow. Now I do it again, now I stay with it. Not tomorrow, tomorrow is long. Because, when we say tomorrow, today I have to do this, I have to do that. We forget it. And after 1 week, we realize, hey, we forgot it. We wanted to do it. And then the same thing is coming up. And then they take the same trick or another trick, to fool us. Okay, that's too much, let's just do it, one other time. Oh, I'm too old, let's do it in my next life. Yeah?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, these thoughts come up. No. Yes, they do. I mean, I still want to enjoy this life, do the hard part in the next life. I mean, these thoughts just show us, how little we understand. I mean, even thinking about the next life, shows us how little we understood about the purpose. Or even trying to grasp at the memories, of this life when we were still young, is showing us, how little we understand really what is going on. I mean, when I say, and it seems to be off the path, or it seems to knock off when I say, constantly we're doing mental masturbation, but it's actually the truth. I don't say these things, because I want to discourage you, I say it because, that's what we actually do. I mean, look at your thoughts, Why do you create these thoughts? Or why do you hang on or latch on to these thoughts? Because they give you nice, pleasant feeling. Why do you hang, or why do you grasp at memories where you think, oh, that was a pleasant, that was a nice state. I mean, it doesn't matter if it was an encounter in the world or if it was an encounter in your practice. Huh? I mean, 2 years ago, I was just doing nothing. But we don't even remember what we did, But it was so pleasant, why can't I come back to it? It was so pleasant, and then thinking about that and memorizing and thinking about that. And all for the next 2 hours, we're just dreaming. Or in other words, very crisp words, mental masturbation. Nothing else. Getting exciting feelings in our mind. Because the practice is so boring, we need to have something exciting. So you understand, you understand about the importance of this Asubha practice is not only to understand that the body is loathsome, that is part of it. That we are getting detached of this, carrying this corpse, this stinking, rotting, smelling corpse constantly with us. I mean, if you have a little bit of brain, I mean, you would not carry a backpack with heavy stones that have no worth at all. Would you? 50 kilos or 100 kilos? Would you carry it, and protect it, from being damaged? And that's what we do with the body. we protect it. We carry it around. Wherever we go, we carry it with us.
We have to use it.
I mean, yes, it is useful, but it is not it is not really necessary. I mean, even if we don't have a body, we could practice. But when we don't have a body, of course, we would feel so happy to not having all this weight, constantly. I mean, this heavy weight of the body constantly reminds us of the dukkha. That's why it's preferable to have this body to practice. It makes it easier for us to remind of us, there is dukkha. Because if you only have sukha, who the hell is going to practice? I mean, you wouldn't be here if your life would be completely satisfied. You wouldn't even think about coming. You came here because you have dukkha. You felt some discomfort with your life. You felt some dissatisfaction with your life. And now you have to understand where this dissatisfaction is coming from. Part of it is coming from the body, but most parts of it coming from the citta, from the other khandha. But the heavy weight is the body. So that is one part, one aspect of the Asubha practice. The next aspect, please remember this, to bring up all these unpleasant feelings that we don't like to feel. To be with them, to experience them, to understand their true nature. Until we can comfortably stay with any kind of unpleasant feeling without doing this or doing that, without reacting. That's a training of the wild elephant, like the Lord Buddha said, First of all, you have to tame it so that it's calm. And the next time to train a war elephant, now you get your soldiers and you pique him with the spears, or you pique him with arrows, and he should not move. That's a training. You cut him. Blood rushes out, and he should not move. He is not allowed to move because he's the king's war elephant. I mean, is that easy? But that is the training, and that it is just as similar to the training of the mind to make us, in every kind of unpleasant situation comfortable, so that we do not move. That means we do not react to this unpleasant situation. We just stay still, and when we stay still, we can investigate. Got it? And that, of course, is the difficult part. And that's why we do a supa, to bring up all these loathsome, unpleasant feelings. Bring it up, and learn to stay with it. Learn to stay with it. Once you can stay with it, investigate them. Investigate its true nature, and see how they come from. Where they come from. What is the source of it? What creates them? Why is it so unpleasant? Other people think that what I think is unpleasant is pleasant. Strange. See it, understand it. That is the whole path. The path of understanding is leading us to insight, and insight is leading us to freedom. Uncondition yourself, and you will be in the unconditioned. Get rid of all your programs that say if then else. If this condition is met, then I react like this, or I react like that. I mean, that is conditioning, isn't it? If we uncondition that, and we do not react, we just smile, nothing really that bad. I can stay with that. And you can even enjoy it. Because you do not feel attached to it. I mean, something the chitta can enjoy, even if the body is really sick. Because the chitta is not attached to this body. I mean, it knows that the body is sick, and it knows that it cannot do anything, or there is no help here. So the chitta can be really happy. But it is happy not because that the body is sick. It is happy because it's its very own nature that it's happy. Because it's detached from all these things. Just like we are going into Appana Samadhi, we are detached from these things, so we don't worry about this. So get to know. Be alert. I mean, install all these red lamps into, once you think I know, I don't have to investigate washing. Well, now I certainly have to investigate what is washing. Washing the clothes, washing the body, brushing the teeth. What is brushing the teeth? What is tasting? What is smelling? What is hearing? What is seeing? I mean, I've seen it before. What have you seen? I mean, instantly, it must come up, this alertness. This red lamp must be constantly whirling around, always showing us the things that we think that we know, but we still don't understand. And that's because we don't understand them, we are attached to them. Or attachment in two forms. Either attached in a positive sense, we like it, or we attach in a negative sense, we hate it. That's called attachment. It doesn't matter if it's hate or if it's greed or if it's hate. We have to understand it. Don't think, these little things don't matter. Of course they matter the most. Because that's where the kilesas have the best hiding places. I mean, everybody hides in a place where we never look. Isn't it? So they're smart, They only hide in places where we don't look. And wherever, we uncover them, that's where they escape from. Because they cannot exist in the light. They can only exist in the dark. Whatever we have not investigated, that's where they can exist. And that's where they pull all their strings. Like a puppet on a string. Boop, and you do this. Boop, and you do that. Boop, and you feel angry. Boop, and you feel love. Huh? Isn't it? Wonderful. And who's pulling the strings? Huh? Get to know it. Get to understand it. Supa is this kind of practice, bring up the unpleasant feelings. And once we can stay with all of these unpleasant feelings, we're going to start to investigate the pleasant feelings. And then we're going to start to destroy the pleasant feelings with unpleasant feelings. And the unpleasant feelings with pleasant feelings. Until we actually can let them, without being destroying, be side by side, until we understand the true nature of pleasant feelings and unpleasant feelings. And then we can walk through. Only when we can leave them at that side by side, then we will understand what they are. And that's the end of greed and hate. And then you're actually quite safe. So, and this is I end the talk. Huh?